There's a commercial for the job finding service Indeed that you've probably seen way too many times if you've turned the TV on at all in the past 6 months or so. The ad centers around a little girl and her dad who is looking for a new job. The girl is explaining how busy her schedule is with all the cute kid stuff she has to do, and because of this, her dad really needs to find a job with flexible hours and hybrid work from home options. So he simply checks those boxes on the app and his daughter goes, "Works for me." And then we cut to this guy who is presumably on the receiving end of the dad's job application, and he just goes, "Works for me." And I guess my only question is, how much can we sue Indeed for false advertising? I think when most people, myself included, start the process of a job search, it's actually with some optimism. You put some time into revamping your resume and maybe your portfolio or whatever other type of supplementary component is necessary for your industry, but before you know it, you have a shiny new PDF that showcases just how qualified a candidate you are. You go and type the job you want and the city you live in into Google, and then it gets so much worse from there. A dozen random, often unrelated job listings pop up, and they're all hosted through different hiring platforms, and sometimes they're completely out of date or even expired, which is super fucking helpful. But as you sift through, you find one that looks interesting. This one says it's being hosted through ZipRecruiter, which already doesn't mean anything to you, so you click on it and, well, wait, now there's all these buttons to choose from. Do you want to apply on ZipRecruiter, or do you want to apply on startup jobs, or maybe you'd prefer Ladders or Space Talent or Jooble or BB or Via or 8VC Job Board? Huh? Do any of those sound familiar to you? Of course they don't. So you just have to play job platform roulette and pick one at random because it doesn't really matter. They all make you create an account and a profile so they can data farm your nuts off and send you like 35 marketing emails a day. But you want to apply to this job, so you reluctantly sign up for whichever one of these you click on. And who knows, maybe down the line, you'll come across another job listing that's on the same platform, and then it will be easier to apply because you already have an account. But sorry, you're actually mistaken, you idiot. This job is on Twine, this one's on career.com, this one's on Teal, and this one's on Triptopedia, so fuck you. You'll never find two jobs in one place. That is what the prophecy has foretold. Already, this clearly sucks, and we haven't even gotten to an application yet. Now, some of you might be ahead of me and want to point out a way around a lot of this, which is simply by going directly to the company's website that's offering the job. Oftentimes, you can find a direct link to the application on the company's site, and you can save yourself a lot of headache by avoiding these horrible job hunt platforms. And when this works, it works great. You can find the nice, clean, simple form directly on the website, and it really streamlines the application process so you can get to the part where you never hear back from them quicker. But this is not always the case. Sometimes companies just don't post applications directly on their site, and you are forced to go through one of these awful job hunt platforms. So let's give that a try. In my daily discouraging and anxiety-inducing job search, I came across this listing that I hadn't seen before and appears to be relatively new. The position they're hiring for isn't like exactly what I do, but as anyone who's been applying to jobs has come to accept, if there's even like one qualification that you have in the listing, you might as well apply, because it's a real throw shit at the wall and see if anything sticks kind of job market right now. It's super fun. It's really a good time. So I click on it, and here we see the typical random bullshit buttons. So this is when I would go directly to the company's website and see if I can't track down the application at the source. But unfortunately, I already know that I can't because I've already tried. So you know what that means. It's time to play our favorite game. Which obscure job website gets to collect our data? This listing has 3 options to apply, and obviously I have no idea what any of these are. So let's just start with Media Bistro. So we hit apply on Media Bistro. We have the same listing here, and we have yet another apply button. So let's hit this apply button and see where it takes us. Okay, now we're on verjobs.com. And I don't even see the listing we were looking for. Now all of a sudden we're applying to be a diesel mechanic. So that was a total bust. What a complete waste of time. We have 2 more chances to actually find this application. Let's try BB. Okay, we're on BB. Okay, so far BB is doing better than Media Bistro because the listing we want is still on the screen, which is an incredibly low bar, but that's where we're at. Apply external link. Do I want to sign up for something? I do not. Skip. Okay, we're redirected somewhere. Oh, okay, now we're on Okay, wait, now we're on talent.com. But the listing is still here. The listing has survived the journey from BB to talent.com. So that's promising. Will this actually let me apply, or will it force me to sign up? Leave your guess in the comments. And of course I have to fucking sign up for this thing. Okay, I don't want to do that. So let's go back. We have one more option. Can Adzuna save this job search? Let's try it. Apply on Adzuna. Do you want to give us your email? No, I do not. No thanks. Apply for this job. We know you said no the first time, but do you want to give us your email now? No, fuck no, stop it. Fuck, you are now being redirected to Media Bistro. Fuck. And we already know where the Media Bistro road takes us. It ends with me becoming a diesel mechanic in a city that I do not live in. This is what the process for every application is like. It's so rare that I come across an application that is easy to find and straightforward. Most of them are like this. You have to do this ridiculous scavenger hunt just for the privilege to apply to the job. And its applications have just become so unnecessarily complicated, like with all the cover letter questions and why do you want to work at big tech startup LLC corporation? Like, for money. For money. What do you mean? Why do I want to work there? For money. I want to perform labor for money. And not to mention, with the rise of chatbots, most job applicants are using AI to generate cover letters and resumes and all that. And then most employers are using AI to sort through job applications. So what the fuck is the point? It's just two robots talking to each other and I still don't have a job. Like any other major industry, it seems as though the job search market is suffering from a huge amount of bloat. You have the big dog, big boy alphas like Indeed, LinkedIn, and ZipRecruiter that lead this multi-billion-dollar industry, and when a product is that successful, inevitably attempts to copy it will be made, which is how you end up with the Joobles and the BBs of the job board world. And I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of these smaller sites are owned and run by the same people, which is potentially why sometimes these job application links just link back and forth to each other. This whole industry is just one big snake eating its own tail, and per usual, it's the consumer, or in this case, the job seeker, specifically me, that has to actually try and use this mess of a system. Unfortunately, none of this is going to change anytime soon. I wish I had a profound solution to offer, but the train has left the station. It's left the tracks, it's jumped the shark, it's gone to hell in a handbasket because these companies make too much money to just go away. And they make that money in a few ways. First and foremost, obviously, job hunt boards charge money for companies to post listings. I've read that oftentimes this comes with a guarantee of some kind, usually a certain number of application views. Not every service is the same, but the idea of these guaranteed application views is an interesting metric because I feel like that might explain all of like the nonsense job listing emails that all of us get. I'm a video editor and a motion graphics artist, and I've applied to many jobs on these sites related to that field, but I'll still get emails from Indeed that with the subject line of like, new jobs for you this week, and it'll be 3 listings. The first one's for an offshore oil rig welder, the second one's for like a middle school teacher, and the third one's for a technical writer, Mandarin required. It's not helpful for me. It's certainly not helpful for the companies that paid to list these jobs, but there's a chance that I might click on them and contribute to those application views so that Indeed can continue making all of the dollars in the world. On top of paying to list a job, companies can pay just a little extra to get their job listings featured or put towards the top of search results, which in turn completely fucks those search results for the person actually trying to do the searching. You get all these promoted job listings flooding the results that most of the time have nothing to do with what you searched for in the first place. When I first signed up for Indeed, after going through the initial account setup, it took me straight to jobs that supposedly matched my profile. And I got one listing that was actually related to what I do, and then the very next one was for a plumber, and then a shower installer, and then a bunch of sales jobs. And then at the bottom, they say, this job pays a little less, but it might meet your other preferences. Children's hairstylist. What? And finally, the third way these companies make money is by sending you these useless emails, feeding you these garbage search results, and then having the audacity to ask you to pay them money for a premium version of their service. In some cases, I've been on job sites that just straight up put applications behind a paywall. This site won't let you get through to an application unless you take them up on this great deal of $3 for 2 weeks or $100 for 3 months. I don't know what the fuck kind of math that is, but who do you think you are, jobleads.com? I hope someone spills one of those big Mormon sodas on the server where you live, you ones and zeros looking ass bitch. Sorry, the job search has been frustrating. But back to this Indeed commercial, I think we can easily correct it to avoid any potential false advertising, because I'm a good little cog in the machine. I'm always looking out for what's in a corporation's best interest. I can almost guarantee that this portrayal of Indeed has never been anyone's experience on the platform. We can keep the same premise where the daughter is listing off all the things she has to do, and the dad needs to find a job to accommodate her schedule. So the dad goes on his phone to look at the Indeed app, he finds one listing for a job he wants, applies to it even though he'll never hear back, and then he just scrolls through the other seemingly random job listings that he is not qualified for in any way whatsoever. He repeats this process over and over for like a month without even getting as much as an interview, until eventually he loses custody of his daughter and she goes to live with her mom and her new stepdad, Todd, who through dumb luck got moderately rich off of Trump coin. Not like life-changing rich, but like base model Dodge Challenger rich. And then the dad walks into traffic. Simple tweaks, right? Let me know when you want to do a reshoot, Indeed, because I am looking for work. Comment below your favorite random job search platform. I'm pretty partial to Jooble. I think that's pretty strong. And if you're also out there looking for jobs, hang in there. Godspeed. And also remember that if you're a straight guy in your late 20s or early 30s, you actually do not need to get a job, and you can just keep sports gambling despite the pleas of your girlfriend and family. Like, those idiots don't know ball, right? Add another leg on that parlay, okay, champ?